many people involved, and it's never happened. And the reality is that they all serve at pleasure of the president, so it's sort of a application of that.
There's a check on it.
There's a
There's
check.
a
Yeah,
Okay.
which is great, why we have
And
many
there's no-
people involved.
It's not like firing somebody from a job, their
Right.
property.
Nobody has unilateral response, decision.
Some people might be thankful that they
Policy number 3 has the old attendance
Yeah.
clause. Are you proposing a revised clause?
Yeah, so, thanks.
Policy.
I forgot that point, thanks for bringing that up. So, I printed off copies of 3, because policy 3 does have in section 4 the old language of attendance, which I don't even know for this policy if you even need that to begin with. So my simple recommendation is in the motion, just add something about and striking clause 4 or number 4 in policy number 3. And that would be the other thing I would add to that.
Do
Do we have a motion?
No.
So I would move to approve the proposed attendance policy, the attendance for volunteer committees policy and striking clause 4 of policy number 3.
Second.
Further discussion?
At some point, I'd like to get policy 30, 31, and 32 in the calendar.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, all in favor of the motion stated, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Moves us on to next item, also on JPNL, consideration of authorization to hire vacant public works position.
I'll just ask Leanne to present this, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Sorry to wake you up back there.
No, that was me. We haven't, we recently had another vacancy in the Public Works Department, and to make a long story relatively short, had an employee with a personnel handbook violation. In consultation with our labor attorney, drafted a second chance agreement because, we thought definitely that person was worth working with and trying to continue that relationship. He subsequently violated that second chance agreement, and therefore we executed a separation agreement, which means we again have a vacancy in Public Works.
Is it a long-term vacancy? I mean, a long-term?
Was it a long-term employee?
Yeah, like, we were.
No, it was not.
I had notes in our other.
So in committee, we recommended that we support this authorization hire to full board. And so with that, I would make a motion. I move that staff be authorized to hire to fill the current vacancy in the Department of Public Works.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor of the motion stated, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes. That moves us on to Public Works. First item is consideration of revisions to lead service replacement policy. Trustee Mentor.
There's some changes to the policy we adopted last year in terms of private service line to program. So this year, the private plumbing connection work will be included in the initial bid, and the bid document, so we hope to get a lower bid from contractors for doing the private portion. People, if they want to pay for it over a 5-year period, the program as presented now is suggesting a 5-year period that they can pay with an annual interest rate of 3%. The credit, last year we gave a credit for flushing for I think 4 to 2 months, and we're reducing that based on the testing that was done on lead levels to 1 month or $7.50 credit. And the protocols for testing of the baseline lead level and subsequent testing is also slightly changed. And I don't, does that pretty much sum it up of what the changes are?
Yes.
So we're hoping, last year, I don't think we had anyone who participated in the program in terms of using our contractor to have the private lateral replaced. Whitefish Bay has had a lot more success. And I know the city of Milwaukee is mandating private replacement of the private lateral, but they have grant money to help offset that cost. So I'll just make a motion. I move approval of the 2017 lead service replacement program.
Second.
I just want to add that we did talk about, we're talking for the 2017 program, it's about 15 services on Lake Bluff. And I think when this comes back and we're talking more definitively about the bid, that we may want to talk about a village subsidy for, even if it's only a few $100s, to sort of give a little bit of encouragement to people to participate and replace, because really, I think replacement of the entire line is a much preferable solution than partial line replacement for a lot of reasons. And if we can get a low enough bid and we can offer something, hopefully we'll get a little more participation this year.
Can I ask where the loan money is, what pot it comes from? Is it similar to like attic conversion, or is it with Marco? Okay, do you know, Chris?
Where we would subsidize, where we would use our cash flow from.
Cash flow, right?
Can't use from water utility yet, though. There is a
Okay.
state law we're looking at to do that. It would have to come from our general fund. We would take our reserves and put them into accounts payable, so they would become restricted.
That's like our home loan.
Right, I would
Right,
say
same
that.
fund.
That's one way. Without Mark here, that would be
Right, that's
how
what I
we
see.
usually would do it.
So is there a way to immediately offer 0% interest? I mean, if
Whichever you want.
We could do 0%.
I mean, because it's a loan, so there is going to be a default rate potentially, and that, you have to factor in your budgeting. But other than that, a loan program is pretty good, and a 0% interest would be an incentive.
You say default, I mean, don't we still have the tax rule?
Yeah, you don't.
We have a tax rule. We
Unless
don't
the
have.
PSC or the legislature changes that someday, that we can't put it on there.
Why don't you amend my motion to do a 0%?
So can I make an amended motion to, I can't remember what the first motion was, but,
It was just to approve the program.
okay, to approve the program and offer a 0% loan to the residents over a 5-year period.
Loan for what?
Their portion of the lateral that they need.
Of the lateral.
Yeah.
And I heard a second on that too? Okay. Just one thought too, and this is probably, we're talking about the private lateral here. What about the risers? Don't a lot of risers have lead pipes too in old houses?
The internal.
Pardon?
Internal plumbing, yeah.
Sure.
Probably.
I took mine on.
I took mine out and then I sold the house.
Well, some of the solder, a lot of the solder has lead in it also. And if you take the pipes out of the solder, it's really good.
That's right. Okay. All right, that's just amusing, not amusing, but a.
Was it very?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we in
So this
discussion?
is,
Yeah, we're in discussion on the amendment right now, I guess.
Yeah, without the finance director here to comment on the annual interest rate and how that would arrive at, and not taking action on
was this a year one? This is gonna be on the tax bill? When's this assessment, a one payment, or are we billing quarterly?
For 5 years.
Okay.
I think it was 5 years ago, I don't know if that changed. is there a particular year for it?
Well, it's just a
5 years.
That says 5.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
we kind of did Whitefish Bay.
Whitefish Bay usually 5 years.
So, yeah, it's a tax bill, so if it's 5,000, they pay 1,000 a year for 5 years, with no interest. With interest, it'd be under turn off.
1,030, or whatever.
And we have, what, 18 possible this year?
There are 18 services that our maps indicate on the line, but I strongly believe at least 2 of them to not be lead, and it looks like one of them is illustrated as a double service. So there probably would be 15 that would be eligible for a lead service lateral replacement.
I have no problem with the interest-free, so I mean, it's pretty, that's pretty, I don't want to say bar spillage.
Yeah.
So we have a motion, and then we have an amended motion. We're going to act on the amendment motion, which is for providing interest-free on the loan. So all in favor of the amended motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Now we go to the original motion, which is
Better not.
So the original motion would be as amended with the amendment.
Yeah.
So, is there any more discussion there? I think we discussed that. So all in favor of the original motion as amended by the amendment, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes. Takes us to next item, which is consideration of authorization to purchase wheel loader.
The wheel loader was budgeted at 160,000, but looks like it's only gonna cost us 114, so I'll move the purchase of CAT 926 and wheel loader as quoted by Fabric CAT in the amount of 114,800.
Second.
Discussion? Yes.
Can we use 46,000 that was left in that budget for alleys, dedicated for alleys? I mean, is that apples to apples here, like for funding reasons?
We could go down to
I
the
think-
bottom line and capital reserves.
So can I make a motion to amend, but to approve this purchase and with the remaining 46,000 dedicated, instead of going to the bottom line, I don't know the right wordage, but allocate it to alley budget.
That's an agenda problem, isn't it?
There's both agenda size for action.
I guess it's okay.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure we're
Yeah.
doing it right.
they're both no's. Maybe I just moved
Unless Leanne had another thing she was going to do.
No, but I thought that Mark made a comment that as a reserve, that would have to go back in the reserves.
Well, it would go to reserves, but then you would maybe make a motion later to take it out of reserves. But I don't know how that.
Well, and he did make a comment in committee about that there are underages and overages. And so it really has to, the watch has to be done before you can really count on that 46,000.
Yeah.
It's not a hard copy.
We assumed it was going to be.
Right now, well, it was a budgeted amount to not exceed.
I think the danger in saying, we're going to take this money and put it somewhere else is it assumes that there's nothing else in the budget that's going to come in $46,000 over. That this, because we approved the budget in whole. Now we're saying we're going to have this little bit of money left in this budget. Well, the budget is going to be used. If something over here in this part of the budget is over 46, it gets absorbed. If we take it out and
And
move it
that's why we
there,
have general reserve,
So
general
are
reserves.
you making a motion?
I am.
An amendment. So let's hear the amendment, so it's properly recorded.
What's the original motion, so I can properly read it. I move to approve the purchase of the CAT 926M wheeler loader as quoted by Fabric CAT in the amount of $114,800, with the remaining budgeted $46,000 being reallocated to fund alleys.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion on the amendment?
Yeah, I briefly talked to Mark earlier in the week about, the alley, the alley approach. And there's the hope that earlier than previous years, we'll get together in the long-range plan and sit down at one time and look at all the projects at once. So we can look at the Hubbard Park parking lot. We need bonding for that. The whole in a context of the whole package and what the debt burden is and the rate, and so we're not piecemealing the budget. And this will fall to the reserves. They'll be available if we go over in alleys. They maybe know what they'll run there, but we can deal with that later in a more